The desert holds more than just heat, and silent sight hides things no man was meant to find. This story isn't fiction. It's not a campfire tale. It's a true account of what happened when two brothers ventured into a stretch of desert locals called the Devil's Spin, a place where maps fail, shadows move, and people vanish. What you're about to hear is not just a story, it's a warning. It started in the summer of 2007, deep in the wastelands between Arizona and the California border, where the sun isn't just hot, it's predatory, and the silence isn't empty, it's watching. And I swear everything I'm about to tell you actually happened. And it didn't just happen to strangers or forgotten names in yellowed newspapers, it happened to my brother and me. And for years we swore never to speak of it, until now. Because some horrors, if kept buried, begin to rot inside you and drag your soul down with them. We were driving through the Sonoran Desert, two young men in our 20s, carefree, armed with energy drinks, a spare tire, and one stupid idea to take an unmapped dirt road shown to us by a grizzled gas station clerk who grinned without teeth and muttered, "You want to see real desert? Take the Devil's Spine. Locals won't, but you boys look like the curious type." And of course, we laughed, thanked him, and followed his directions toward that winding path of dust and shadow. A road so forgotten not even GPS could recognize it. But we were dumb and alive and full of ourselves, thinking this would just be a rugged detour on our way to Joshua Tree. Until about 30 minutes in, when the sand turned darker and the air went unnaturally still, like nature itself was holding its breath. And the moment we passed a crooked wooden post covered in weathered animal bones, carefully arranged in shapes too deliberate to be accidental, my stomach sank. And that's when the car began stalling, lights flickering, radio dying into static. And worst of all, the sky seemed to dim as if something enormous had passed between us and the sun. But when we looked up, there was nothing but cloudless blue, except it felt wrong too, perfect, like a painting of the sky rather than the sky itself. Then we saw the first of them, figures standing motionless in the distance, maybe a quarter mile out, in long cloaks the color of dried blood, faces completely obscured by hoods, and they didn't move or speak. They just stood there, too still. And when we turned the car around to backtrack, the road we'd just driven on was gone, replaced with open desert, flat and unfamiliar. And every attempt to use GPS led to glitching screens that showed coordinates, flickering between numbers and a single repeating word, fed. And I swear, I don't remember falling asleep, but I woke up alone, lying half buried in hot sand under a dead sky, my mouth filled with grit, my lips cracked and bleeding, and no sign of the car, my brother, or even our tire track sand. It was then I saw the same cloaked figures, now much closer, maybe 20 feet away, not walking but just appearing closer each time I blinked or looked away, like the world was skipping ahead in a broken loop. And though they made no sound, I could hear whispers in my head, not in English or Spanish or any language I know, but I understood what they meant. I was never supposed to leave. And neither was my brother. I started walking, hours maybe, or days, hallucinating or dreaming or living some nightmare I couldn't wake from, until I collapsed beneath a crag of rock, my body burning and mind unraveling. And that's when the voices finally stopped, replaced by something worse, a lotter, not human, laughter, but dry and ragged, like it came from lungs filled with ash. And I remember digging, not knowing why, digging through the sand with bleeding hands, until I uncovered a rusted tin lunchbox, and inside, a photo of me and my brother as kids at our 5th birthday party. The same picture from our parents' mantle back home, except in this one, our faces were scratched out with what looked like old fingernails embedded in the tin, and a note below that simply read, "Already gone." And I screamed so loud my throat tore, and somehow, miraculously, a search and rescue team found metal, sunburnt, raving, 5 days after we were reported missing. But they never found the road, never found my brother, and all they recovered from the desert besides me was my blood-stained hoodie and my camera, which contained 53 photographs, each one showing a different desert scene with a dark, hooded figure standing just behind me. Despite me being completely alone in every shot to this day, I don't remember taking any of them, and the last photo I never took shows me sleeping in the sand with my brother crouched behind me, eyes black, skin cracked like dry earth, and that wide, gaping grin I'll never forget. They say desert madness is real. They say the heat tricks your brain, but I know what I saw. I know what took my brother, and I know I should have been taken too. And every night since, I wake up gasping, the taste of sand in my mouth, the same coordinates scrawled on my wall in dirt, and the sound of dry laughter echoing through the silence. Because you don't just escape the devil's spino, borrow time from it. And one day, I know they're coming back to collect. Some stories end when the sun rises. Others never end. At all, they just bury themselves in the back of your mind, waiting, whispering. If you ever find yourself driving through a forgotten stretch of desert, and you see a road that shouldn't be there, don't take it. Turn around, because my brother didn't, and somewhere out there he's still watching. Thank you for listening to Whispenox Whispers. If this story chilled your bones, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone brave enough to hear the truth. Until next time, stay out of the shadows, and stay scared.